everybody, Daniele Hargenrader here, founder of Diabetes Dominator and community ambassador for Diabetes Daily, here today to talk to you about day one of our 3-day Healthy Love Habits Challenge. And what we're going to do during these 3 days is we are going to focus on love. We focused on other challenges on healthy habits, but love, and particularly self-love, the love that we show to ourselves, is the most important healthy habit to adopt, because when we're trying to implement new habits into our lives, whether they're around nutrition or fitness or anything else that's healthy for us, if we don't adopt the mindset of self-love before we embark on that endeavor, it's going to be difficult to have that stick, because knowing that we love ourselves, that we truly believe that we deserve the efforts that go into being healthy, that is the basis for all success on all healthy habit endeavors that we ever go on. So the outcome of this challenge is really just in the next 3 days. Each day you're going to receive a video, and we're going to have an action item. It's going to be pretty quick. I'm going to try to keep the videos as short as possible, but I like to talk a little bit, so I'll do my best. And what we're going to do is really the outcome here that we're focused on is nurturing your ability to love yourself. And we're going to have action items that you can put into play every single day to practice the habit of self-love. So if we don't activate our mindset around self-love, like I said, it's going to be difficult to have any other habits stick. And that's why we really wanted to have a full 3-day challenge focused directly on the love that we have for ourselves, because the love that we have for ourselves also affects the love and the relationships and everything else that we do with other people. So for me, with my health challenges in the past, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 1991, and very long story short, I went through the entirety of my teenage life weighing over 200 pounds with A1Cs well over 13%, and I had a binge eating disorder and a massive deep depression. This was all fueled by a lack of self-love. And the thing that I didn't realize at the time is that I was blaming diabetes. My father had passed away, so I was blaming all of these external factors for why I was unhappy and having a very unhealthy relationship with food and not a non-existent relationship with exercise. And as I began to get older and come into adulthood and do some really deep inner work, self-reflection on why I believed what I believed and why I was acting the way I was acting, I finally figured out that it wasn't diabetes' fault that I was 200 pounds, that I was out of control with my relationship with food. It was the fact that I didn't love and respect myself. And that was not immediately apparent to me for many years, over 6 years that I was in this cycle of binge eating and depression. But when I finally realized it, it was like a light bulb when I said, that makes so much sense. I didn't believe that I deserved love. I didn't believe that I deserved the efforts that would go into living a healthy lifestyle, because really the biggest way that we can show ourselves self-love is by giving ourselves the gift of health, because the health means that we want to be loving and thriving and all that other things involved with that. And I didn't believe that I deserved it. And really, more than anything else, I didn't believe that I was enough for this world. And at some points during the depression, the depression that I was in, I didn't know if I was capable of giving and receiving love. And really, it was, most importantly, I didn't think I was capable of giving that love to myself, because I didn't think I deserved it. So when you don't believe you deserve love, it's very difficult to give that love to yourself. And what I was trying to do as I was getting older and realizing I kept running into these walls as I was trying to improve my health, was that I was trying to improve my own health and help other people, but I was trying to pour from an empty cup. My cup of love from inside was empty, and I was trying to pour from that cup and give to other people. But I realized that I was going to continue hitting those walls until I did the work involved in practicing self-love and really making myself know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that I am worthy of love, I am capable of giving and receiving love, I deserve to be loved, I deserve to give love to other people. But in doing all that work, I also realized that every single human being that's alive deserves that and is worthy of that and is enough. In this given moment, every single one of us right now is exactly where we are supposed to be right now. And in this moment, in any moment, we all have inside of us everything we need to succeed in any capacity that we want to succeed in life. Now, we may need to learn, go outside of ourselves to learn new skills, but we have that capability to learn. We have that capacity to understand that we need to find someone to help us along the way. But truly, we all deserve love. We all are enough, and we all have everything inside of us right now that we need to fill up our own cup, so that we can then let that cup overflow and interact with the other people and relationships that we have in our lives. Because if we don't love ourselves, the relationships that we have with others and our own health and everything like that is going to suffer. So you heard my story. I know from working with many, many people over the years that many people have that same experience where they're in a space right now in their lives where they don't feel worthy of love. They don't feel like they can give themselves that love. So just like any other habit, like I said, self-love is a practice. Just like if you never did a push-up before and you wanted to get good at push-ups, you'd have to practice. Just like if you didn't eat healthy or you didn't eat breakfast and you decided you want to start eating healthier or make sure you're eating breakfast, you'd have to put forth effort to practice that. And self-love, the mindset of self-love, is no different than any other habit that you want to encompass. So the action item for today is write down 3 things right now. Don't take any, breaks from this and go turn it off and say, I'm going to go watch an episode of TV and then come back to this. No, right now, write down 3 things that you love about yourself. They can be anything. It could be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, anything that you know that you love about yourself. I want you to write down at least 3 things. If you want to write down more, fantastic. The more things that you can write down, the better. And then I really, really implore you to comment below and share what those 3 things that you wrote down are, so that we can support each other as a community and come together. And maybe you'll see something that someone else shared that you'll kind of spark something in your mind, or something that you write might spark something in someone else's mind, because we all need some help on this journey to self-love. It's, the community is going to help build us up. So write down those 3 things. Post below what the 3 things are that you love about yourself. And I'm going to take one other step and say, if you really want to have some extra credit and practice, a practice item for this self-love is that I think that it's an amazing idea to write a love letter to yourself, at least 1 page long, on a notebook or a notepad. Write yourself a love letter about all the things that you love about yourself. And you can go back to childhood. You can talk to yourself as if you're the adult version of yourself talking to the child version of yourself. Tell yourself all of the things that you love about yourself, that are great about yourself, that you admire, that you appreciate about yourself. All of these things. Do some self-reflection. And this can often be a very helpful exercise in kind of figuring out why it is that we may not be in that spot right now where we're able to give ourselves that gift of self-love. And then take that letter and fold it up and put it somewhere that you know where it is, and read it every single day. Read it twice a day, because that's practicing self-love. The more we are able to remind ourselves of the reasons why we love ourselves and that we deserve to have love in our lives, both from ourselves and others, the more we're going to come into that lifestyle of self-love, embracing the ability to have that self-love, and that will just kind of continue kind of an upward spiral instead of a downward spiral. So go to your action items. I can't wait to read your comments below, and stay tuned for tomorrow's next video on day 2 of the Healthy Love Habits Challenge. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you being here. I honor you for stepping up to take those actions to give yourself the self-love that you deserve. And always remember that you are much stronger than you think you are, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow.